Shalom, shalom. This is Elder Isaac Hill, Restores of Truth Ministries, sharing with you another Scripture Nugget. Today's Scripture Nugget is based upon Deuteronomy chapter 28, or Debarim chapter 28, verse 12. Yahuah opens to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work, or to Baruch all the work of your hand. And you shall lend to many nations, but you do not borrow. Now, many within Christendom at times will use this particular text to make a statement that that God is going to make them a lender and not a borrower, and they use this in their prayers at times. But in proper context, in which we're going to visit today, we see that this particular text is primarily talking about the people as a whole, Israel as a whole. And what we are going to show is that when we do things as a whole, as a community, as a people, then these things in Deuteronomy, the first part of Deuteronomy chapter 28, will overtake us and cause us to be lenders and not borrowers. Again, we try to make this thing individual, but when all actuality, Yah is trying to get us to focus collectively, to focus as a unit, to focus as one people, to focus as one nation, or should I say, one people of God, or one people of Yah, one people of Elohim. And so, even though we try to quote it to be individualistic, in essence, the true meaning is to be one as a whole. Now, to be a lender means that you have something of value that you can give to someone who will use it and then return either that same value or greater value, or the very item itself, back to you. It's like a supplier and a producer versus a consumer. A supplier and a producer, the big difference between a supplier and a producer versus a consumer is that a supplier and a producer, they are self-sustainable. They have the creative means. They have the sustaining means. On the other hand, as a consumer, you are a dependent. You depend upon the supplier. You depend upon the producer. Without the producer, without the supplier, there'll be no consumer. There's nothing to consume. And so that's the big difference. And so what Yah is trying to show us in this text is that as a people, if we will pull our resources, the things that we can do amongst ourselves, and pull those things together, then as a community, as a people, then we can become a producer. Now, look at this again. He says that Yahuah opens to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless, or to Baruch, all the work of your hand. Now let's look at that word work. That word work has a Hebrew word of ma'asa. Ma'asa. Now, what that means is to do business. It means to labor. It means to achieve. It means a product. It has a root word of asa. Asa means to make, or to fashion, or even to produce. So what Yah is saying is that I will Baruch all the things that you produce. I will Baruch the business. I will Baruch your achievement. I will Baruch your product. I will cause you to produce. I will baruch you in order so that you can produce. And therefore you can become the lender that Yah desires for you. And not only for you, but for us as a people, for all of Israel, that we can become a lender and not a borrower. Shalom, shalom. See you next time on Scripture Nugget.